church is here and is even stronger than before.
Welcome to Ministry in a Pandemic with pastors of the Emmanuel Baptist Church Aid Association under the leadership of Pastor John Bowman. Today we speak with Anthony Patterson, who serves as pastor of King Solomon Baptist Church.
My name is Anthony Patterson. I'm married to Arlene Patterson. We have three beautiful daughters, Antoinette, Annette, and Alicia. I'm also the pastor of the King Solomon Baptist Church. Raised here locally. I went to a local high school, Terra High School. I'm a graduate of Baton Rouge Votech, as well as New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary. I've been in ministry for 15 years now. I've been at King Solomon as pastor for 4 years, and prior to that, I was also the youth minister here at King Solomon Baptist Church. I am the third pastor here at the church. Pastor Turner was the founder of the church, and after Pastor Turner, Pastor Earl Kamina. Well, I think what has encouraged me through all of this is the way that the churches have responded, and the people within the church have responded. I know that we are outside of the church. Some are still trying to find a footing in the church. But even though the doors sometimes are locked or we're not in the physical church, the church is still going on. And I've noticed how the people have came back to the church and they're still looking for church. And so I'm encouraged with that. I think that's good for the people to still want to be together and still fellowship and willing to do whatever it takes to still have church. He's the same God that was with us in the beginning. He's the same God that brought us through this middle passage. He's the same God that brought us through the Jim Crow era. And he's the same God that will get us through this. But one of the things I also believe is that for a long time, God has been trying to encourage the church to get outside of the church and have church. And so I'm encouraged, and I want you to understand that I think all this is taking place because God is just taking his church to a new level. God is trying to remind all of us that church is not so caught up in the walls, but outside of the church. What sticks with me is when God looks at Joshua and says, Joshua, my servant Moses is dead, and it now is up to you to take the people over. Right, and God then comes back and said, just like I was with Moses, I will be with you. And so I believe what God has said, we have came to a certain point. Now God says time for us to go over. Okay, the church is reaching out through social media. They're doing a lot of calling, talking to the older members, trying to keep the older members engaged. Because we realize for the older members, it's been a challenge with social media and Facebook and call-in services. I still have one member that we do a conference call, and she's still trying to figure out where all the people are at. You know, she don't know if all the people are at home or if they're all in one place. And so we're just reaching out, trying to make sure that we keep all the people engaged through the social media and just through whatever networks that we can use to keep the people engaged. I believe the church is actually stronger. When I look at us doing social media, when I look at the call-in services, what I see is actually an increase in numbers. I see more people dialing in. I see more people are looking for the church. I realize that for some they may fall off after this is over, but I believe that we have planted some seeds in some new believers. And so that to me gives me hope that the church will continue to grow, not just this church, but the universal church will continue to grow. And so that's why I believe the church is even stronger, because even you hear those who are on the outside of the church saying, this too will pass, God will get through with this, we just have to pray our way through it. And so that just lets me know that church is here and is even stronger than before. Okay, you can reach us through King Solomon, bc.br@yahoo.com. and also our conference call number, which we use on Wednesdays for Bible study as well as Sundays, is 701-80-6195. And so you can just dial in. It's a dial-in service. You don't have to say anything. Just dial in and listen, and we'll give you more information even after that, where you can get in contact with us.